Good morning, YouTube. It's Atticus. How's everybody doing? I hope you're well. I am back with you with one more How to Beat the Skaven game for you guys. So I've shown maybe 3 or 4 different videos on how to fight the new DLC units of the Skaven. I've tried to get like a variety of different builds. Like the last one was like a Skaven missile build. The first one was more of like an infantry build, and this one I feel like it's a a hybrid build. It has a little bit of missiles, it has a whole lot of rat ogres, so it has a little bit of everything. So this build right here I've actually tested 3 times. Once was one video that I'm still going to upload, was against a really cool guy. But yeah, this one was a ranked game. I actually played 5 ranked games in a row and won all 5. Yeah, and I usually don't play ranked. I usually just play the multiplayer one. So yeah, it was kind of cool getting on there, and I wanted to show you guys this game. So yeah, how you're going to deal with the Skaven on this map. For your Lord choice, guys, you are going to bring a Supreme Sorceress of Beast. Yeah, over here on a cold one. So all you're going to be doing is taking the Manticore. The whole the whole idea behind this build is terror routing through Manticore. So yeah, I only have Manticore and Flock of Doom just to use up some of my Winds of Magic. You can see I also take the Black Horror and the damage resistance buff. Since she's going to be on that cold one, she's going to be able to do some of that armor piercing damage up close. So it's always good to get that 22% missile resist. Also, guys, I take a secondary Sorceress of Beast with only the Manticore and the oops, what happened? Where'd my... Okay, we lost... Okay, there it is. With only the Manticore and also the power recharge ability too. So yeah, I'm going to be able to get 4 Manticores off if I use my Winds of Magic responsibly, which will make that could really change the course of a game, guys. They're going to be terror routing. I use them to shut down the missile line, and yeah, it'll be just really good at giving myself some terror routes and push it through the bodies of the Skaven. For my front line, I just went with Bleak Swords all the way up to Gold Chevron. So you guys know I like to do the Gold Chevron on Bleak Swords. They're pretty powerful. I mean, you're getting a unit that has 40, 41, 41. That's pretty good combat stats with a silver shield. So yeah, these guys are a really good counter to rattling guns and Skaven slaves and anything that just is a missile unit. Warlock Giselles will bring these guys down to a bronze shield, I believe. So yeah, even they still will get some shield chance. I also have the Sisters of Singing Doom, and I put them in the back, guys. And these are obviously for the terror routing as well. These guys are a good cleanup unit. You have them run behind the Bleak Swords. They get in there, they rout the whole army, then your Bleak Swords will get into the missile units. On each flank, you can see that I brought my Sisters of Slaughter, and usually I have these guys in the middle of the build to push through the main line, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted these guys to come around and be able to get into the back line. I was expecting my opponent to have some artillery and weapons teams and things like that. So yeah, these guys will actually, they're the most powerful unit on my roster. So having them on a flanking maneuver can really open up some tactical options for me that normally I would not have if I had them in the middle. Supporting the Sisters of Slaughter and my counter the Rat Ogres. And yeah, and if you guys are wondering how do you counter Rat Ogres, because you look, I don't have a single anti-large unit in my whole build. No cavalry, no spearmen, nothing. So how do you counter Rat Ogres? Well, these bad boys right here, Black Orc Corsairs of Hambos. These guys will absolutely shred through Rat Ogres, and they are the natural counter to them, and you'll see. So yeah, just 2 of them. So that's my build, guys. And here in Deep Vanguard, I do have 2 units of Harpies, and I have 1 unit of Doomfire Warlocks. These are the normal ones, so I'm going to have the Lesser Doom Bolt, and I'm going to have the Soul Blight, which will lower the armor and make it a lot easier for me to get through any like Storm Vermin and things like that. So as for my opponent's build here, guys, really powerful build. He has a front line of Clan Rats with some Bronze Chevrons, it looks like right here. We have some Skaven Slaves in the middle just to absorb any artillery pieces. Then he has a second line here of Plague Monks. So yeah, these are your really damage-dealing units for the Skaven. These guys are like equivalent to like Black Orc Corsairs and things like that. Then he has a unit of Gutter Runner Slings of Poison. So yeah, really powerful missile units. These guys are a real pain in the butt to deal with, since I believe these are the ones who could fire while moving. No, these are the ones who have the snare net. So yeah, they have more ammunition, but they can't fire while moving. But you see he has a really scary missile line. So 1, 2 rattling gun weapon teams and the natty boo ball sharpshooters. So yeah, this is the sweet spot for me. I want to get into these guys, shut them down with my Harpies, with my Manticores, and if I could do that, I'll be able to beat this Skaven army. For his lore choice, guys, you can see that we have the mighty Warplock Engineer, and we have Lord Skrulk. So yeah, the most competitive Lord by far. He's going to have a bunch of rat summons, Pestilence, it looks like, and, Liber Roboticus and all those other things. And then the really scary part of his army, guys, he has 3 rat ogres. So really balanced, really powerful army. Let's go ahead and start the match, and yeah, we'll see how this goes, guys. So right off the bat, as Darth Vader said to the lightsaber, I don't know. You guys can see that I'm going to start just marching ahead here. I'm going to start charging ahead. We have a little bit of distance to traverse. Luckily, there's no artillery that's going to be pounding at us, but the natty boo balls are going to start shooting us, and they're going to do a lot of damage to the Sisters of Slaughter, just because these ladies only have bronze shield. Luckily, I am going to try to use some of these trees for cover, but yeah, there ain't really much I can do about it. I will shortly try to put these guys on a run command. I was trying to save their stamina, but yeah, I'm kind of sneaking around the back. I'm trying to get my Doomfire Warlocks and my Harpies, ready to strike. You want to be patient with them, guys. If I send them in now to try to shut down these units, all I'm going to do is lose them. So I got to just take the damage. You can see I'm trying to put the Sisters of Slaughter in the trees. They'll get a little bit of that natural cover. And yeah, Balance of Power is dead in the middle. So it's going to be a really powerful game. You can see he is going to start opening them up on the Sisters of Singing Doom. He's trying to prioritize the most deadliest units of the Dark Elves, which is smart. And yeah, I'm going to get my first Manticore summon. I figured, I might as well put some pressure in that back line, try to get an opening for my Harpies and things like that. So it's instantly going to go for the Rattling Guns and units like that. And speaking of Rattling Guns, you can see they are going to open up on the Druchii here, getting shot in the face, but luckily they do have some shields that will protect them. You can see my Sisters of Slaughter are coming around the side as I wanted, but yeah, they're getting pinned down by those Rattling Guns. But the Manticore is coming in, and it will land and shut those guys down. All across the lines here, guys, you can see the same thing is going on. My Sisters of Slaughter are fighting Clan Rats. We got Bleak Swords, Sisters of Singing Doom. There's a big battle pretty much going everywhere. I'm going to get the Black Horror casted, guys. That's that bound spell by the Supreme Sorceress, but it looks like my opponent did dodge it. So yeah, good on him. But yeah, this trap is going to be sprung. I'm going to send the Harpies in, guys. We're going to start focusing the Rattling Guns and the Natty Boo Balls. All while I get a second Manticore summoning and a Doom Bolt from my Doomfire Warlocks. So yeah, now we've completely shut down his missile line. We're breaking the front line with the terror causing of the Sisters of Singing Doom, being able to get some Bleak Swords. I have 2 Manticores in field, and you can see the Doomfire Warlocks are going to get into the Gutter Runners of Poison, guys. So yeah, it's looking really good for us. You can see that we're breaking through all his Clan Rats, especially with the support of the Black Orc Corsairs, who I have in reserve right here, kind of using the, want to save their ammunition for the Rat Ogres, because those are going to be the big problem. You can see the Sisters of Singing Doom are have completely destroyed the Natty Boo Balls. You can see I'm going to get my 3rd Manticore summon, guys. So yeah, this is really powerful. This is really working good for us. All across the map, we are breaking through the Skaven units, but he still has a large, army of Rat Ogres here, and I don't have any anti-large, so I'm really going to have to get some good value trying to kill those guys. Balance of Power is still smack dab in the middle, guys, and you can see Lord Skrulk has taken a little bit of damage. I'm going to get a Soul Blight off. It's going to lower his armor and allow me to, trade a little bit more effectively. Over here, we have destroyed these Plague Monks, but my opponent is going to send 2 units of Rat Ogres to try to intercept. But yeah, this is what these guys are for. You can see this. Each volley is just killing Rat Ogres, guys. They don't have any armor, and they just take so much damage. Over here, you can see these Sisters of Slaughter are going to get into the Rattling Gunners. I need to keep those guys from shooting me. Those guys are a pretty big threat, especially up close. They will absolutely just shred through your infantry line. And yeah, so now we just have some returning units of the Skaven coming back from routing. It's kind of annoying to have to deal with them. You can see that these Rattling Gunners are going to start opening up on my Supreme Sorceress. I will have to start pulling her back, but luckily I do have a unit of Harpies here who will come and be able to intercept those guys and keep them busy. Over here, the normal sorceress is fighting amongst the Manticore. We're dealing with the Plague Monks, and yeah, we're dealing with the Gutter Runners with poison with my Sisters of Slaughter, and yeah, we just have individual little battles going on all across the map here, guys. You can see Lord Skrulk is surrounded, though. He's getting a lot of damage from the Sisters of Singing Doom and the Bleak Swords, and keep in mind, these guys have gold chevrons, so they're going to do a little bit of damage. Over here, guys, the Supreme Sorceress is running with the Black Orc Corsairs, and yeah, we're just countering these Rat Ogres really effectively. I mean, that is such a good counter. Always remember that, guys. Black Orc Corsairs are just a godsend. You can see we are going to finally break this Rattling Gunners. They're going to be off the game for good. They've shattered, and yeah, we're just doing a little bit of cleanup, guys. You can see that my Sorceress is fighting amongst these Plague Monks. She does have armor piercing on her cold one, but she is taking a lot of damage. She doesn't have a lot of armor herself, and you can see the Skaven have pretty much just scattered all across these woods right here. So this is really annoying, because I want to keep my forces kind of centralized. I don't want to spread out. I have a little bit of a balance of power lead, but yeah, he's going to have a lot of returning Ratling units, and he still has a lot of powerful rat ogres that I don't want to get isolated and taken out. You can see I am going to break this unit. I'm trying to keep my army together though, so I'm going to send my 2 Black Orc Corsairs with Hambos to kind of run the Supreme Sorceress. And you can see we are going to break Lord Skrulk, and I'm going to keep the Supreme Sorceress on him. Meanwhile, keeping my infantry, we're going to go into the woods and hopefully be able to shut them down. You can see that my Sorceress is finally going to start to waver. She's been in combat with these guys pretty much the whole game, and yeah, I mean she's not the best duelist. She's more, these guys don't have a lot of armor, but yeah, the Hambos are going to make quick work of him. The Assistant Sing of Doom will terror route him, and now so we're going to have this last engagement in the woods right here. You can see that my Harpies are going to land on these gunner runners of slings. I don't want those guys starting to shoot me, but unfortunately my opponent does have these rattling gunners, and he has the trees for cover, and he's instantly going to start shooting up my Sisters of Sing and Doom and my Sisters of Slaughter, and I really need to keep those guys alive because he still does have, look guys, a full, almost a full health, unit of rat ogres. The Supreme Sorceress is going to go on the long journey of trying to escort Lord Skrulk off the map, so it's really going to come down to this last little pocket, guys. And you can see Balance of Power is pretty much dead even again, so it's really going to come down to this last engagement. Rat ogres are going to get a really brutal charge onto the Bleak Swords, but thankfully I have these 2 Hambos, and just like I've been saying the whole game, guys, each volley is just destroying these rat ogres, wearing them down. Sisters of Slaughter are doing really good at their poison effect, and yeah, we're going to be able to get these guys, leadership dropping pretty soon. Over here in the back, the opponent does have another rat ogres. He still has his Warplock Engineer, so I mean he still does have a credible threat. Anything could really happen. Luckily, I do have these Harpies. I'm going to be using these guys to keep any weapons teams from shooting me, and yeah, we're just trying to focus down these rat ogres from doing any damage. Over here, the Supreme Sorceress is still chasing Lord Skrulk. I'm going to get a Flock of Doom off on these clan rats. I'm trying to get their leadership to break, and as soon as I've escorted him off the map, I'll be able to send them into the to reinforce the main fight. And you can see the rat ogres now are fighting amongst these Hambos who are out of ammunition, but the Black Corsairs have pretty good combat stats, guys. They have 80 armor. They'll be able to hold their own against rat ogres for at least a little while. And you can see now, same with over here, the Harpies are flying. We're going to be chasing down these rattling gunners. We're not allowing these guys to get back in combat. And every time his Skaven units, come to attack me, the Hambos are pretty much just holding them off. And they really are what's keeping me alive in this game. Unfortunately, my opponent does have a unit of rat ogres of 10 right here, but I think he's kind of forgot about them because he really needs to get these guys into combat as soon as possible. You see Lord Skrulk is finally going to get escorted off the map here, guys, and that's going to give me a really large balance of power lead. You can see I got some Sisters of Sing and Doom and Bleak Swords who are coming back, but yeah, now we finally have just broke all the leadership of the Skaven. We're escorting the Warplock Engineer off the map, and that's going to be army losses and a win for the Druchii. So good game to my opponent. That was that's kind of showing you guys how to deal with the Skaven now. That's like 4 games I've done. I've showed you all kinds of different builds. I've shown you the strategy, which, how to counter their units. And, I hope that helps you guys. So, looking at the in-screen breakdown, one of the keys for success was obviously the 4 Manticores. I mean, it's such a powerful build. It is legal, and Skaven, that is the number 1 counter to Skaven, is their low leadership. So having 4 summons of a terror-causing monster with 400-something weapon strength is always going to pay off. Harpies and the Doomfire Warlocks, the ambush in the back, I was able to be really patient with them, fly them in, shut the weapons teams down. The Hambos were obviously counter to the Rat Ogres, and yeah, the Bleak Swords with the gold chevrons obviously are plenty enough to deal with clan rats and things like that. So, yeah, guys, just a few things to remember. Look, I didn't bring a single anti-large unit, and I was able to beat an army that had 3 massive, large armies. I mean, Hambos are that good. I keep trying to stress it, like, guys, take Hambos. Sisters of Sing and Doom always complement, any force with their terror causing as well. And yeah, I think everything just kind of went as planned. My Sisters of Slaughter were able to go on a flanking maneuver, were able to pressure the back line. My Supreme Sorceress was able to get her Black Horror off, even though it didn't get a lot of damage. But yeah, the build just worked the way I wanted, so... Alright guys, I think that's enough Dark Elf versus Skaven games for a little bit. I hope that has helped you with the matchup. I hope you're a little bit more confident now of dealing with the DLC units. And I will see you guys next time. It's Atticus, and have a good night. Bye-bye.